Okay guys, we are on lesson 8 and it is on page 77 and it is called Estimating Quantities. And so let's start with exercise 1. Exercise 1 says the Federal Reserve states that the average household in January of 2013 has $7,122 in credit card debt. About how many times greater is the U.S. national debt, which is 16 trillion something, okay? It's in the 16 trillions. Rewrite each number to the nearest power of 10 that exceeds it, and then compare. So if we have the household debt, which was just the 7,122, we could say that it's to the nearest power of 10. So remember that just based on the last lesson, this is less than 9,999, which is less than 10,000, which is 10 to the fourth power. Okay, and then we have the U.S. debt, which is this number here, which is, and I'm going to just put a star here. I'm not going to rewrite it, which is less than 99,999,999,999,999, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Okay, which is less than 100 trillion. I think I'm missing one, right? 1, 2, 3, and one more. Okay, which is equal to 10 to the, should be 14th, right? 3, 6, 9, 12, 14th. Okay, so then if we look at the U.S. debt, and this is going to be something that occurs frequently if the typical question about how many times greater is, and then they tell you what is going to go on top of the ratio, is the U.S. debt to the household debt. And so if you recognize that in a problem, you recognize the ratio, it helps you set it up, that the U.S. debt, which is 10 to the 14th, divided by the household debt, which is 10 to the 4th. And now you can use the quotient law. So this is going to be 10 to the 14 minus 4, which is 10 to the 10th. So the U.S. debt is 10 to the 10th times greater than average household debt. Okay? All right, and the next one is exercise 2. And for exercise 2, we are given smaller numbers, so that's nice. So they're still big, but they're smaller than the trillions. There are about 3 million students attending school kindergarten through grade 12 in New York. Express the number of students as a single-digit integer times a power of 10. So we have 3 million is equal to 3 times 10 to the 6, right? You can see it there, 10 to the 6th power. Okay, because 10 to the 6th power is a million, and 3 times 3 times a million is 3 million. All right, and so then we have the average number of students attending middle school is 8 times 10 to the 2nd power. How many times greater is the overall number of K through 12 students compared, this is another how many times greater, just like we had up there. So K-12 students compared to the middle schoolers. And so since you have that, you're able to then write the 3 times 10 to the 6th power divided by the 8 or it's a ratio, and now we're going to divide it. So we're going to get 3/8 times 10 to the 6th over 10 to the 2nd, which is still 3/8, right? Times 10 to the 6 minus 2, which is 4. And 3/8 is equal to 3 divided by 8, which is 0.375 times 10 to the 4th. And now we could multiply that out, right? And move the 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're going to get 3,750 times more students. Sorry, you hear my dog in the background. In K-12 compared to middle school. I think the mailman's here. I'm sorry, that led me to see you weren't being able to see anything. Okay, great. And that's what that is. You might want to pause if you couldn't see it since I didn't know. All right. And then we have exercise 3, which is a conservative estimate of the number of stars in the universe is 6 times 10 to the 22nd. The average human can see about 3,000 stars at night with his naked eye. About how many times, another one of these, about how many times more stars are there in the universe compared to the stars that a human can see? So universe stars to the naked eye stars. Okay, so then we could just kind of place them there, right? We have the 6 times 10 to the 22nd and divided by 3,000. 3,000 is the same thing as 3 times 10 to the 3rd power, right? 1, 2, 3. Okay, so divided by 3 times 10 to the 3rd power. So then we get 6 thirds times 10 to the 22nd divided by 10 to the 3rd, which is equal to 6 divided by 3 is 2, times 10 to the 22 minus 3, which is 19. So there are about 2 times 10 to the 19th times more stars in the universe compared to what we see. Okay. Then we have exercise 4, which is the estimated world population in 2011 was 7 times 10 to the 9th power. Of the total population, 682 million of those people were left-handed. Approximately what percentage of the world population is left-handed? Okay, so it's the left-handed compared to the world population. Okay, so left-handed people is 682 of those people were left-handed, and it does say approximately what percentage. So we're going to round 682 million to approximately 700 million. Okay, which is 7 times 10 to the 8th power. Okay, and so now we can say this is 7 times 10 to the 8th power divided by 7 times 10 to the 9th power. It's very nice. We get 7 sevenths times 10 to the 8th divided by 10 to the 9th. Which is going to equal 1 times, what we get here is 1 over 10, right? Yes, because the 9 minus 8 is going to give you 10 to the 1s down here. Or you could say 8 minus 9, which is -1, and that would become like 7 times 10 to the -1, which is the same as 7 times 1/10, right? Because you flip it with the negative exponent rule. Okay, so we get 1 times 1/10, which is 1/10 of the population is left-handed. And it asked what percentage. 1/10 is 10%. Okay. And we have one more problem. Let's see if we could get this one pretty fast. It is the exercise 5. The average person takes about 30,000 breaths per day. Express this number as a single-digit integer times the power of 10. So that's going to be, we have 30,000 is equal to 3 times 10 to the 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? And if the average American lives about 80 years or about 30,000 days, how many breaths will the person take in their lifetime? So it's nice that we're given 30,000 days. We could just say we're going to have that 3 times 10 to the 4th power, which is the how many breaths per day. This is breaths per day. We're going to multiply it times how many days, which is the same thing. Coincidentally, right? That's days in a life. And we're going to get 3 times 3 is 9. And 10 to the 4th times 10 to the 4th is 10 to the 4 plus 4, right? This and this is 10 to the 4 plus 4, since we have a multiplication. So this is the product rule, and that would be 10 to the 8th. So then 9 times 10 to the 8th breaths in a lifetime. And you could, if you wanted to, see how that looks as a number, in standard form. So 9, 3, right, that should be 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we have 900 million. All right. Okay, you guys should be ready for your assessments, and good luck. Bye.